What's up, guys? So we're back here again, episode 2. We're at Into Fitness today in Noble Park. Absolutely amazing gym. I actually haven't been to a gym in Melbourne as good as this. While we're here today, we're training with my coach, Scotty. Yes, I have a coach myself, and what I'm going to show you guys through this whole series is the importance of having accountability, having someone guide you through the process. You know, because I've never competed before. I've always aspired to compete, but things and excuses got in the way of that. You know, obviously I played footy for a long time, so it was always on the agenda. Let's go meet Scotty. He's an absolute champion. He's the most knowledgeable guy I've met in the industry. You know, he should be seen a lot more, so I want to get him on the YouTube. Let's go. Scotty, my man, what's happening?
Not much, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. He's going to run me through my paces today. He's going to show me how it's done.
Yep, we're going to go through a back session today. We're going to target, I've had a look at Shane and he's pretty complete, so I'm pretty excited to get him on stage. So one thing we are going to focus on is back. I noticed like with his rear double bicep, we could look at working a little bit lower lat, bring that down a little bit, so we'll target the lower lats. Upper back's pretty good, but we'll still hit that anyway. But we'll hit it from a lot of different angles. I'll hopefully be able to explain what movements are hitting what. And Shane can let us know how he's connected with those movements and how they feel. I'm sure he's had plenty of experience doing all these things before, but maybe some cues and things like that that I can bring into play might be some new information. So
excited. This is exciting. This whole series is going to be exciting. Let's go. Come and watch me get smashed up by Scotty. Let's hit it.
All right, first movement of the day, we're going to do a single arm lat pull down. There's a lot of different ways to do lat pull downs depending on your arm path. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to drive the elbow towards the hip, which is going to be more for lat. It's going to be more for the iliac lat or the lower lat. So right here is what we're going to focus on. If our arms are going to be out to the side, it's going to be more upper back, but we're working on this point right here. We want to start the workout with movements where we can get the muscle fully contracted, shortened, and work on the points that we want to focus on. So this is the movement we're going to start. I'll demonstrate first, and then we'll give Shane a crack. I want there to be a real differentiation between your warm-up sets and your working sets. If we create too much fatigue while you're warming up, you won't be able to put everything you've got into your working sets. And the only way to create new stimulus is to go beyond what you've done in the past. So we'll give it all we got on the working ones. So give that a crack. Again, it's just a lightweight, just to feel the motion. A lot of people have a tendency to want to, Shane's not doing this, but a lot of people have a tendency to want to pronate their palms, which actually disengages the lat. It might feel like you're getting more of a stretch, but it doesn't. We want to keep that lat engaged, so we keep a neutral grip and pull it right down. That's it. And he's supinating slightly, which is fine too. We just don't want to necessarily pronate as you're coming up. It takes the tension back off the lat. How'd that feel?
Good. You can really feel that lower lat. Let's go. Yes.
Again. Come on. Come on. So what we're doing now is some prone rows, prone dumbbell rows. Just gonna hit more upper back. So, nice stretch, come up, contract.
So obviously going to hit the back here.
Yep. If I wanted to hit more lats, I'd be driving the elbows back towards my hips. I'd be stretching forward, back towards the hips. But here, I'm hitting more upper back, kind of stuff that shows up when you're doing like a rear double bicep. So, let me know what you think. Want the mic or? Okay, palms pronated. That's it. Scoot all the way up the bench a little bit. Yep, so you're almost hanging over. There you go. Yep. Palms a little bit more pronated. So here. Yep. And up. That's it, good. So hitting mid-trap, rear delt, rhomboid. How'd that feel?
Good. Like that rear delt.
Yep. So everything, you know, you think about where your elbows are with the arm path. So if my elbows are up here, so up here, we're pulling back here and we're hitting everything kind of across, right? And then when my elbows are down here, we're hitting a little bit more, you know, this area, rear delt and whatnot, and then elbows down towards the hip, it's gonna be more lat orientated. So think about that arm path, that's gonna make a difference. Also hand position, neutral is gonna be again more lat, pronated is more upper back.
Right, so in the past, I'd be doing 3, 4, 5 sets of exercises, multiple amount of exercises. We're talking 8, 9 exercises through a session. So sometimes total working sets for a session would have been about 30 sets. When I first met Scotty and I said that to him, he was like, what? Well, say that again. He's pulled the reins back. We're doing about 17, max 20 sets per session. Like that's like, if I hit 20 sets, Scotty's like, man, you're pushing the limits here. So the importance of not overtraining and just hitting the muscle for what it exactly needs.
Yeah. Okay, so next we're gonna do another variation of a row, but this time we're gonna hit a little bit more of the upper lat. So this is gonna be coming from low to high, still bringing the elbows up towards the hips.
Yeah.
So grab right here. I don't mind standing against this machine, bracing myself, and pull that elbow back here. So stretching and pull the elbow here.
I went to get a towel.
Stretch and pull.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Somebody was using that last piece that we were just on for upper lat, so we're gonna do an alternative here with the cables. Again, same kind of motion, from low to high, pulling the elbow towards the hip, just back here, all right? Stretch. It's not a huge range of motion, but I'm letting my shoulder protract, bringing the elbow to the hip. Protract, elbow to hip.
As you can see, look at Scotty, he doesn't go all the way back.
Yeah, I could pull back here, but I'm losing tension on the lat. I actually want to drive my hip towards my elbow towards my hip. So I'm letting them meet. But I could be doing this, and a lot of people feel like the back, I'm contracting my back more because I'm twisting around, but the back actually isn't getting more contraction. The lats only work to there. Beyond that, the lats start disengaging.
I think what a lot of people stuff up with here is when they're pulling, they're predominantly using their bicep too much by really closing it in. You want to make sure, like Scotty said, drive the elbow towards the hip always. We're almost leaving it at a 90-degree angle. So we can really, like if you look at the lat, it's engaging. There's not much lat to see here. But if we're curling this up, you're going to de-engage your lat. I mean, you're going to get some kind of engagement there, but you're going to really blow up the biceps and the forearm. So that's not what we want here. So I don't know, unless you want a bicep workout. Feels good. Feels actually good when you get that mind to muscle connection. Now, a lot of you probably aren't. You're just pushing from A to B. Really, especially lats, a lot of people can't connect or flex their lats, let alone connect with it in the actual set or in the movement. So really, if you're at home and you're doing nothing, just put your hand on your lat, give it a flex, because it's going to help you, take you a long way in your sets when you're trying to pull and engage at the same time.
So got one of my favorite machines, the Prime Extreme Row. Prime is great because you can load it where you want the most tension. So if you're fresh in the workout, you're fresh in your set, you probably want to load the contracted position the best. So that's going to be on number 2. So if you load the plate on number 2, it's going to be hardest as you bring it up and contract. Would be the most contraction there. Mid-range is 1. So if you're on that 1 range, it's going to be pretty even throughout. Towards the end of your workout, when you can't really get the muscle fully short and contracted, I love to have it on 3, where it's harder in the beginning in the stretch position, and then the load drops off as you bring it back into the contraction. So that's what we just are doing now, is putting it on 3 towards the end of our back session, as we're having a hard time getting the back contracted now. So enjoy. What we're doing now is, now that we're warmed up thoroughly towards the end of our session, we've got this set to where it's hardest in the beginning. So it's going to be hardest at the start, and then it's going to drop off as we come up. So that's most of the way to the top, a little bit in the middle, and nothing on the bottom. Good, come on. There we go. Good. Good job. So you notice how that's hardest at the start?
Just to get it up.
Really loads that start. So if we want to do it even more extreme, we can put it all at the beginning, right? So if you can initiate it, it's going to drop off to where you can get it in a full contraction. Now for fatigue, it's hard to get things contracted, and this will be ideal for that. We started with lat pull downs with the elbow to the hip from our lat. Now we're hitting a little bit more of a pronated grip, pulling back, keeping the chest up instead of stacked for more of that upper back rear delt. So we're going to use, we're going to start this movement supinated. So palms up, keeping our thumbs at the top of the dumbbell, and just curling up from here. By putting our thumbs at the top, the dumbbell naturally wants to come down and pronate. So part of the biceps action is supination. So keeping this here puts extra stress on the bicep. So we go to failure here, and then we go into a hammer curl. So you might want to next time keep the dumbbells, but it doesn't matter. I want it to be at the top of the dumbbell. Okay. Because
even with the supination.
Yes, especially because of the supination, because it's going to want to rotate here, and you have to force it here.
Especially with these handles, they move.
Yeah, they do.
I like them, but it forces you to grip.
How old are you, Scotty? 48 years old, looking like that. Scotty, how long have you been in the industry, man? I'm getting you.
About 30 years. I got certified as a trainer back in '92.
Yep.
And working at the Gold's Gym.
Yep. Which one?
Training in Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, so
yep.
It was, and then just been in the fitness industry ever since. Haven't stopped.
And when did you start competing? When was the first time you ever competed?
What year was that? That was probably around the same year, 92, 93. Off and on, took some breaks from it, but then I'm trying to think when I resumed when I moved back to Australia. Hit the stage again about 2006 till 2010. Somewhere in that time frame is when I started competing here again.
I remember seeing Scotty front page of, I don't know what magazine it was, and I remember looking and saying, I want to look like that. Would have been 07, 08, 09.
I think 10, Ironman 2010, something like that.
Something like that.
And then there's another muscle mag, can't remember, Aussie Hardcore Muscle, a few things like that. That was kind of before Instagram.
So he would have been an absolute Instagram bloody celebrity. But you don't need Insta when you like Scotty. His knowledge is just second to none. But just look at his insertions, just ridiculous. It's a guy that lives and breathes it. So for me to have a coach, I need someone that's been there and done it at a high level, not a, have a look at it. That's just ridiculous.
This is one of my favorite machines for biceps, the Prime Preacher Curl. We're gonna start where it's hardest in the shortened position on number 2. So give that a crack.
Yep.
Up in there, brother. Yes. See how that's hard at the top in the contraction? Yes. Good. Again. One more. Okay, now what we're gonna do, now that he's fatigued, go ahead and come all the way down with it, is we're gonna make it hard in the stretch position, but then we're gonna drop the weight a little bit for him. So this is gonna be hard at the beginning. Okay. There we go, come on. And then it gets easy at the top. Good. So it's hard from the start, and then it drops off. Hard in the beginning and drops off. Come on, up and contract. Good, again. Yes, good. Come all the way down with it. Now, I'm gonna put it back into the position where it's hardest at the top, and I'm gonna have him come up just till it hits that position. So I'm not asking him to come all the way up, just to there. Good, till it gets hard. So it'll be easy at the bottom, and he's gonna come up and do a little bit of an isometric hold. Bang, again, and hold. 2 more, hold, and again, and hold. Good.
Yeah, that was good. That just absolutely picks apart every angle of your bicep. Imagine 3 parts of your bicep. So you feel that when you're taking it to that, don't know what you did there, but there's a level there where I can't get it to the top.
Yeah.
There was another level where I can get past halfway.
Now we're gonna finish with getting the biceps in a stretch position. So with the humerus back behind myself, it starts in a stretch position and I'm bringing it to contraction. So, generally you might want to start a muscle, your humerus is forward, you get the bicep a little bit more of a contraction, neutral is kind of mid-range, and then when it's back behind you, the bicep starts in a little bit more of a stretch position. That's where we like to finish. It doesn't have to be that way, but I prefer that. Yeah. Squeeze, good. Come on. Keep going. Good. Okay, now let's stretch those biceps. So bring it all the way back, step forward, walk forward, point your thumbs down towards the ground. Here we go. So let's get a bit of a stretch here. So bring it back, point your thumbs down towards the ground, right? Now chest up, flex your triceps. There, now we're stretching the biceps. This is called an extreme stretch at the very end. You never want to start the session with stretches, but good job, brother. Well done. That was awesome.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I was gonna say that was bloody awesome training with Scotty. I try to do it regularly. Obviously through this prep, we got 10 months. We're still undecided of what comp I'm gonna go in. What are you thinking? Physique, bodybuilding?
You literally could do anything.
Yeah.
You could do physique, you could do classic physique,
Yeah.
you could do bodybuilding,
Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah.
Any of it.
This all depends.
You do all of it.
Yeah. I'll try. we'll see how we go on comp day, but we'll know more leading into it. But yeah, it was great. We hope you guys got a lot out of that. I'm going to be bringing a lot more people into these YouTube videos. But guys, we're done with the workout. I'll see you on the other side. We're just going to have our shake and get in the car. All right, so that wraps up the training session. And I'm just making some wraps now. Chicken, this one's turkey. We're doing some of that for Cav. We weigh everything. I weigh everything. I use this for turkey. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but the Ingham's, it's pretty easy. Get it from Woolies or Coles, but I like the wraps a bit toasted. Okay, so I've got another 3 wraps here. These are the low carb ones, and these are just like whole grain wraps from Woolies. And that's it. I mean, post-workout, chicken, wraps. I have an intra-workout, which is a cyclic dextrin, carbohydrates. It moves really quick through the body. I'm not on a hell of a lot of supplements, but I only use the things that my body needs. So, you know, we don't know what comp I'm going to compete in. It could be men's physique. It could be bodybuilding. I'd rather do bodybuilding than men's physique. But, you know, we'll see how we go. And we're going to keep you in the loop the whole way through. This is the process. You know, obviously I'm going through a growing phase at the moment, so you're not going to see me as cut as you've seen me previously. And I'm going to slowly put weight on over the next, 4 to 5 months. And, like Scotty said, if we need to pull it back, we'll pull it back. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Anything that you want me to put on, leave it in the comments below. Anything you'd like me to add to the YouTube, any people you'd like me to add into it, I'll try my best to get them on here. And look, click subscribe. It helps me a lot. Again, like it, comment, share it, whatever you want. And guys, I'll see you in the next YouTube video, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.